What's going on, guys? It's Amazing YT here, back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about UR gear and how to not make any mistakes with your UR gear. So let's get into it. Alright, so you guys might be wondering, what is the issue with having full UR gear as your set? So the actual issue with having full UR gear is that you're wasting a ton of materials when you're building the UR gear. What you want to be doing is not building out all 6 sets to be UR. You want to make sure that your UR gear that you build is looking like this. So you want to have the 2 top pieces UR and you want to have the bottom 2 UR. And you might be wondering, why don't you do the necklace and the earring? And the reason is because when you do the earring, you don't really get much of a benefit out of it. So I'm going to show you guys how much of a boost you actually get from engraving an earring and a necklace. So if we go over to Merlin real quick and we go to engraving and we select an equipment right here, so right here we'll do a necklace first, just to show you guys the necklace bonus. So for the necklace bonus, you get 190 defense. Remember this number, guys, as it's going to be pretty important for what we talk about, right? So the necklace is going to give you 190 and the earring is only going to give you about what, 99. So this defense stat will scale depending on how good your actual gear is, guys. So just because I see 99 on mine doesn't mean you're gonna see 99, but the general premise still stands. So if we go over to my characters real quick and we go to just King as an example, if we go over to his cosmetics, you can actually see that you get more defense out of having a UR cosmetic than you do from engraving it on your earring. So as you guys can see, you get 180 defense for a UR piece on King and any other unit that is for the outfit, and that defense stat is more defense you're getting than if you were to engrave your UR gear. So that is why it isn't really important. And another thing to add is defense isn't really an important stat in Grand Cross, as there isn't really much benefit out of having high defense. There is niche uses for having high defense with Gowther and Valenti, but overall you don't really want to be building high defense for your characters. Another thing to add too is you're actually wasting a ton of resources, guys. I think I mentioned this earlier, but when you do engrave a necklace or a earring, it still costs the same amount as you would if you were to engrave a ring, a belt, anything else like that. So for my characters from now on, I did make this mistake, as I'll show you. I do have the full UR set for Lilia, and it definitely was a mistake because this earring is only giving me what, it's only giving me 99 engravement XP, right? I'm only getting an increase to 99, and this is a really good earring too, guys. So you're only getting 99. If this was 140, I think I'd be getting exactly 100, but the bonus still isn't worth it compared to what a costume actually gives you, right? So if we go over to my necklace real quick, I'm getting 196 from this, so basically 200 from this, but still getting only 200 defense from engraving your piece and using the same amount of materials as it would to get your bracelet, which your bracelet gives you 390, or your belt, which gives you about almost 4,000, right? Like 3,937 HP. These 2 pieces are going to scale more with your CC and give you more of a benefit, right? So you want to make sure you guys are UR gearing. If you are making UR gear for a character, you want to make sure it's going to be the top 2 pieces and the bottom 2 pieces. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I just had to get that information out there just because I made the mistake in the past and I don't want any of you guys to be making that mistake. So hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe as always, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.